as you heard, Chelsea closing in on a new manager to replace Mauricio Pochettino with Leicester's Enzo Maresca, their chosen one. James Savundra is here with me now. We're going to talk managers, because kind of that's the theme of the day, really. I'm sure the coming weeks as well. But what's the latest on this particular one?
Well, talks are progressing really well between Chelsea and Leicester's head coach, Enzo Maresca. Chelsea have had a delegation in Marbella where Maresca's been on holiday over the last few days, and talks are progressing really well. They're hoping to conclude an agreement very soon. Now, there's still details that need to be agreed, such as compensation, personal terms, and the makeup of Maresca's backroom staff. Now, we understand the compensation due to Leicester will be around £10 million for a manager who's only had one season in charge at the Foxes, but there is every expectation that an agreement will be reached, and everybody's really excited about the future. All parties really looking forward to working together. Interestingly, a long-term contract Maresca is set to sign, which will be different from Mauricio Pochettino, who lasted one season at Chelsea. That was a 2-year contract with a 1-year extension option there. This will be a long-term contract, and Chelsea see their future with Maresca at the helm. You
wonder if he's going to be a good fit, though, because what can we expect in terms of style, then, from Maresca?
Well, Chelsea will be looking for an attractive brand of football with a real dominance of possession, which is exactly what Enzo Maresca showed everybody in the Championship last season. We can actually see the difference between Maresca's first season, or only season it looks like at Leicester, and Mauricio Pochettino's season. And we see possession, 62% per 90 minutes in the Championship last season. Only Southampton had more possession. So that's what Leicester saw last season in the Championship, and that's what Chelsea want now. What was really interesting, I thought, is the fact that he worked with Pep Guardiola for so long at Man City, and their philosophy is virtually identical. Now, when you look at the chances created per 90 between Leicester and Chelsea last season, very similar. Similar as well when it comes to goals scored, but done in a very different way, in a completely different style. Possession dominated here, patient build-up in play compared to what we saw last season at Chelsea, a bit more gung-ho. I think what the Chelsea owners would want to see is something more like this next season when it comes to goals conceded compared to what we saw at Chelsea last year, where it was a record number of goals conceded when it came to their Premier League campaign. So very different types of manager, and it was felt that Mauricio Pochettino was making progress towards the end. 5 wins in his last 5 Premier League matches, but it looks like Maresca will be given the job. And heading into last season, he only managed 14 matches before at Parma. Things didn't work out there, his first job in management. So inexperienced from a coaching perspective, but he did well in his first season as a manager in England.
He did, and on that, Maresca, of course, took Leicester to promotion this season. He's certainly held in high regard. This was a view from one of his squad back in March.
By far the best manager I've worked for. He's incredible. I think everybody will say, he's going right to the top in managerial with stature, experience, everything. He's got everything. He's great man manager. He's tactically incredible. Some of the decisions that he tells us to do before the game and how we view the match is something I've never experienced before in football. So it's opened my eyes a lot to football and the way it's played, and in that kind of Pep Guardiola style as well, which I know he worked with very for a long time. So I'm loving my football. It works perfectly for me. It's exactly the kind of football that I want to play and I buy into, and I think since he's come in, I've learnt so much and continue to do that.